Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? My name is Tate and welcome back to my channel, Inspire Me, where I talk about current or relatable topics from a godly perspective. And today's topic is called warning. I thought about this topic. I was on my transportation recently. It was like a number and some information, and usually sometimes instead of writing it, because it's better for me to screenshot or take a picture. So I took a picture of it so I can like look at it for like later on that night. I looked at my screen at my picture to get the number and the information. So when I was taking a picture of it, I missed it, of course, because I can't really see that far either. But I know I took it like clearly. I wanted it to be clearer. In order for me like to see the number information real quickly, I gotta zoom in. So when you take a picture, you can zoom in and press your fingers like this and then zoom in. So that's what I did. So I zoomed in. So when I zoomed in, I got the number and information. So right when I was looking at it too, I saw, please Lord help me get this message across, because it's whew. Anyways, what was I saying? So right when I was looking, because in the when I took a picture, it said warning on there. So like right when I looked at the rest of the because I wanted to look at everything that I took a picture of the information, it was another warning sign, and it was like pretty much like a warning about the rules for the vehicle. However, it's like God was with those two warning signs. It's like God was telling me, okay, warning. So I'm like, God, are you like, is this regarding me? Are you telling me to be careful about something? Like, you trying to alert me, or do you want me to get this to your people and just inform them, something they could be going through or whatever? So I still wasn't quite sure. I think it was the next day, or it could have been the after, but I think it was the next day. I was watching the Cooking Channel, and right before I went to commercial, it said judges. Now usually they have like regular people, regular people from come all around and to compete and see who's going to be the winner. However, the judges, like usually people who are judges who judge the regular people, they was actually competing. So right before it went to commercial, it said judges. So it's like, I said, okay then God, I'm going to read Judges, the book of Judges. So how I came about this chapter, there's 4 competitors who compete on it. I said, okay, Judges 4. So read it a little bit after that. And of course I read it before, I read it earlier this year if I'm mistaken. Could have read it sometime last year, but it's like God was speaking to me. The go-to scripture is actually going to come from Judges 4 chapter as well. So just to give you a quick summary, previous chapter is pretty much Israel always sinned and did evil in God's eyesight, and then God would have like a judge and different things, and pretty much they will get whooped into shape and start serving God and different things. But time that judge would perish, or someone come next in line, it's like they forgot all about worshiping Jesus Christ, and now they just back to their old ways, worshiping false god Baal and all this type of wickedness in God's eyesight. So it was pretty much to the point where he turned them over to their enemies, and he pretty much had to be in like slavery captivity, and they cried out to God. And what I realized, even though God can give us punishment when we deserve it, it's like once we cry to him, even if we're going to turn back to our old ways, it's like he look at that and he still is like merciful. So that's what God did a lot of times. He was merciful, and this last time when Israel cried out to him, he was merciful to them. So the enemies that wanted to attack, that were attacking, trying to attack Israel, I'm in the 4th chapter. So when God was going to relieve them, I think his name was Barak. He was pretty much, he wanted the judge at the time, her name was Deborah, and he wanted Deborah to pretty much go with him, to pretty much do what God called him to do as far as like fighting the enemies. And Deborah was like, okay, if I do go with you, the woman gonna get the glory, not you. Behold, they fought everybody, and Sisera, he's like one of the head leaders of the enemies, and he got away. When he got away, he met this lady, and the lady was like, come into my house, and I'll keep you safe and I'll hide you and different things like that. And sister was like pretty much telling her like, okay, just if anybody comes to the door and asks about me, just tell them, sure, I ain't in here. And lo and behold, I think he went to sleep. This lady, I think for the first time when I read this, I couldn't believe what I was reading. I was like, maybe I'm reading this wrong, or sometimes the Bible is just, ooh, you want to know what's going on, and you want to be able to relate with this life and say, oh no, the Bible can't, possibly tell me how to get. This is way back there. Please. So when I was reading, I was like, nah, this can't be what I'm reading. But yeah, that's what I was reading. So the lady took a nail, a big thick nail, and put it in the temple. You know what a temple is? Of his head while he was asleep, and got a hammer and pretty much banged the nail into his head, and he, yeah, I forgot who came to the door. Was it Barack? I think it was Barack. He came and jail said, I got him. And they showed him that he was deceased. Now, that put me to my, when I told you warning, it's like God was trying to tell me because at first I just knew it was a warning, but it's like God was trying to tell me with this scenario, the person that you need to look out for is a person that will befriend you or has befriended you, a person that you trust and you think might be looking out for you or have your best interests at heart. That's the ones you gotta look out for. That's the ones who warn and alert. Be careful. Now, I'm not saying be all suspicious and say, oh yeah, you the one, and like, chill out. You doing too much. Person might be trying to actually help you and you just assuming. I'm not talking about being suspicious and thinking everybody out to get you, and I'm not talking about that. But what I'm saying is be cautious and use discernment. I know a lot of people, especially if you don't have the Spirit of God, you won't use discernment. However, we all have that gut feeling, and we pretty much know. You just gotta be led. Don't be so quick to like befriend people. And even though Sister was evil, don't get me wrong, he was evil, and it was intended for him to be taken out, perish. However, when he thought he was going to be befriended by the lady, her name was, I think, Jael or something, when he thought, Jael, when he thought he was going to be befriended by her, she was the one who actually took him out. So, like I said, what I'm telling you, and I'm telling myself that too, be careful for the ones that befriend you, because especially, in the past, I was like the one, like, looking out for the person who I knew was my enemy, who I knew meant me harm. Okay, you know that person don't mean you no good, so you're already out on the lookout for them. However, a person that stabs, you ever heard that saying, stab somebody in the back? Okay, that's just like a person that's like, oh, wow, I thought you was my friend. I thought she was close to me, and wow, you really did this to me? So, like I said, in that scenario, that lady befriended him, acting like she was going to hide him, and she was the one who took him out. So, also, too, thank you, Jesus. Also, too, in the book of Judges, I just thought about it. With Delilah and Samson. Samson was so lustful. That's why you can't, men and women, that's why you can't be lustful for a person looks or a person personality. Like, people, what I realized, especially with this video that I saw, it was with a sociopath. Yeah, I don't know how to start talking about this, but yeah, and really I saw it was with a sociopath. And if I didn't read the title, and my discernment got to be on point, you wouldn't even know that person was a sociopath. And what I realized, that's the exact same traits that the narcissist had. And he used the word narcissist. Everybody got narcissism in them. No, they don't. Only people with unclean spirits who actually got that spirit. So yeah, but if you just look at that person, they look like a normal person. Jesus help me. But what was I saying? Yeah, with Delilah and Samson, didn't she befriend him, act like she loved him and tell me your secret and this and that, and just acted like she just was so into him, and she just wanted him to tell her secret so she could tell the other people to come in and cut his hair so she could, I think, get money. Was that money? wasn't she the same person that had him taken out? Yeah, then she befriended him. So the warning is be careful of people that you befriend, because they might, not necessarily all the time, so with some people they might do try to take you out, but in other cases they might just try to betray you. They might try to, because with the Samson situation, he didn't die, he lost his power, and then later on but with this scenario, the scripture that I just gave you, it pretty much resulted in perishment. So yeah, just be careful of who you befriend. Take warning, be cautious. When you see that red light, stop. And even when you see a green light, and you think you could be thinking you're seeing a green light, but it could actually be a red light, stop. Just be mindful, y'all. So yeah, and I'm telling myself that as well too. That's pretty much all I had to say today regarding that. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and also make sure you subscribe to my channel, y'all. Y'all have a blessed day.